Friday I will have a call with my coach. Hello Charlotte, well done on smashing into week 5 of the programme. Official rainy season's here. I haven't busted out my rain jacket in a few months now. This is about showing up even when it's rainy and muddy and you don't feel like it. It's still gonna show up, stick to the plan, and just get it done. So happy Monday, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend, and I just wrapped up a full days of work. It looks like the forecast is still gonna be really big for a few days, and then hopefully by Friday we should have smaller waves. And this means that I took the opportunity to get a lot of work done and kind of front loaded my work week so that this Friday I can hopefully log off a little bit earlier and get a good double session in, because it has been way too long. Like, I need to go touch some ocean very soon. But yeah, the rain is here. It's feeling very different than the past few months. We have some wind, we have a lot of rain, a lot of water, big tides too. So all of this is creating this like a little bit of a gray overcast, but I'm really super happy because I felt like this Monday was actually really work productive. I also got some great feedback from my coach yesterday. So we do have 3 full body workouts that are going to be scheduled out throughout the week. We still have also some cardio, so I'm going to be doing some zone 2 cardio and some intervals, and then probably add in some extra interval cardio training based on if I can get some good surfing or not. I feel like last week I had incredible recoveries, like really amazing. I think today's like the 8th day in a row that I wake up in the grain on my boobs. So my body has been really happy with me taking a week off from surfing. I want to be smart about how I load this week so that when the waves are good, hopefully by next weekend, I can still feel very good and strong, so I can have some good practice in when the waves come back to normal. I definitely want to continue to incorporate some mobility and some recovery work. I feel like this is like the glue that allows me to be so active and keep up with my pace of training and my volume of training. And we also have the meal prep that I've been doing, which I absolutely feel so dialed. Like, I feel like every week I'm like tweaking it, and now it's to a level where everything's streamlined. The process is a lot more easy and flowy when I make it. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get to it. Another week of training for competition, for surfing. Let's go. Wednesday. Oh my God, this week is flying by like too fast, way too fast. I feel like I'm getting a lot of work done. I'm doing a big work push and taking advantage of not being surfing and not being in the water. I feel like I'm having so much more free time, but I also feel like I have been very much prioritizing work, which is good, but it's not a habit that I want to keep on building. I definitely want to shift more the focus back into movement. As per usual, it is my weekly focus. What is really cool and what's going on this month is we have a mobility challenge in our surf community. On top of the program that I'm already doing of my 3 days a week of lift and 2 days a week of cardio session, I'm also going to be doing some more mobility. So today I will be recording my mobility assessment, and the main goal for this is to assess where my mobility is holding me back on my surfing specifically, and to see what needs to be improved and to try to tackle this for this month. So let's get to it. Just wrapped up my work for the morning and I will be able to go to the gym early today, so I'm really happy. It looks like the storm is finally passing, and this means that not only we're gonna get some sunshine, which I feel like I haven't seen the sun. The sun hasn't touched my skin in probably a week and a half, and it's been way too long. And this also means that once the waves calm down a little bit, I'll be able to go and get some surfing. And yeah, things are gonna feel like they're starting to flow again, and I'm gonna get back in my usual surfing routine. Life is just not the same when you can't surf. So this morning, since the waves are still quite big today, we do have an interval session scheduled, and this is one of my 2 cardio sessions for the week that I'm going to be doing, and hopefully by tomorrow the waves are a little bit smaller and we can get in the water and get some good reps in. Today I will have a call with my coach, and we're going to be discussing how the program is going so far. This is my first kind of follow-up call that I'll have with her. I have to say I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous. I have been talking with her a lot this week, going back and forth on voice chats. I just feel like I'm having a lot of different realizations. Some part of me feels a little bit nervous to share this with you, but I feel like I need to be transparent and vulnerable, and that it might resonate with some other female athletes out there. One of the issues that I'm facing right now is I have been chasing 2 different goals at the same time, and they're a little bit conflicting each other. So one of my goals is to perform better and to train for competition and to participate in my first ever surfing competition. And another of my goals is just to become more lean and athletic. And what this resulted in is a little bit of conflict on my nutrition and the amount of fuel that I eat. So the more I talked with my coach about this, and the more I'm realizing that those 2 goals need to be approached separately in different periods of time. You can absolutely go and work on both, but if you're trying to get leaner, you're gonna need to be in a deficit, and this is gonna impact your recovery and your performance. One of the reasons why this conversation has been coming up is that I've been experiencing lightheadedness. It's nothing major, but it's recurring often enough that it requires a little bit of attention. That's kind of
feels like a red flag. It's also a good reminder that you don't want to be staying in a deficit for too long. You're supposed to go in a deficit and then get out of it and go back to maintenance. Especially as a woman, if you want to be protecting your hormones, it's crucial that you don't always sit in a deficit. So the main thing that we're trying to figure out right now is, what does the roadmap looks like? From my conversations with my coach, it sounds like what we're going to be doing is focus on body composition for the next 2, 3, or 4 weeks, depending on how long it takes. And then once we reach it, we're gonna go into more of a deload and a recovery from that deficit. We're gonna be focusing on performance afterwards.
I forgot to tell you, I managed to run without pain. I stubbed my toe and I couldn't put on my running shoes. So I decided, you know what? Let me just go and try to run barefoot on a treadmill and see how that feels. I think one of the issues was, one, having bad running shoes, and secondly, just feeling a little bit disconnected on my foot positioning when I run. So I can get back to running slowly, and by little intervals, but I'm so happy and excited. Happy Friday. I just came back from surfing, and let me tell you, I think I probably spent about now a good week and a half not surfing, and I just did not feel myself. So it was really good to be back in the water, to just get some waves, to see some friends that I haven't seen in a while, and yeah, move my body in my favorite way. So I just came back, I did a double session. So woke up this morning, had some meetings, went for a session, came back, wrapped up my work for the week, and then went again for a second session. I received my fruits and vegetables for my meal prep for this weekend. So I'm gonna be unpacking this, and then we are gonna head to the gym to get our third full body workout in for the week. Hopefully we can get to bed early tonight to have a very early session tomorrow morning. I've heard that the report is looking still good for the weekend, so fingers crossed this holds up and we get some more reps in, because we haven't been spending enough time in the water, and weekend surfs are my favorite because I get to go with Aiden. So without further ado, let me show you what we got for this weekend's meal prep. If you're new here, I live in Nicaragua in a small beach community, and we don't have a grocery store. We have two small corner store that sells the essentials, but anything like fresh in terms of like fruit and vegetables, we get from trucks that come and drive in the community twice a week. And we also have local farmers that will come twice a week. We have a butcher that will come and deliver once a week. So we get everything really fresh and local, which is awesome. I honestly really love this kind of way of living. I feel like we save so much time by not having to drive everywhere. It's definitely one of the perks. Like, I can understand how some people can find this would be boring. Like, it's not like we have a bunch of options for restaurants or movies or activities, but we don't have to drive anywhere. We can walk almost anywhere and get a lot of this stuff delivered to our house, which allows us to have a lot of free time, and a lot of free time means a lot of surf. So that's definitely a perk. Everything we got, we have 3 dozens of bananas, 2 dozen of Roma tomatoes, we have 2 pounds of carrots, 4 pounds of potatoes, we have some cucumbers, some beets, red onions, lime, some avocados. We have amazing avocados here, so definitely love having that.
We also have some cabbage. And then from the farmers, I got some bok choy, which I've been really enjoying. And then arugula and some kale for this week. So I'm gonna put all of this away and then quickly make my way to the gym for our workout. Unfortunately, there has been quite a bit of damage on the coast. So the storm that we had brought not only a ton of rain, but it also brought big waves, and the tides were really high because it was a new moon. And this combined with not having some rain for 6 months, so the soil was really dry. All of those factors together ended up in a really big storm that affected a lot of the houses on the coast. We had our beach club over here that had literally waves coming into the restaurant. Some people had some waves coming into their houses, and thankfully we live a little bit more inland, so we were fine. But yeah, it was definitely a big hit on the community, and the beach looks completely different. The sand has shifted a lot, which also means like the waves shifted a lot. I surfed for the first time in the last week and a half, and the wave is breaking completely differently. It's behaving completely differently. And I feel like I have to learn the wave again, which feels very strange, but in a way it's a good practice. Overall, my energy this week was surprisingly good. I had a lot of time to rest, and my overall activity was lower than during the week where I surf a lot. And I think that my body appreciated this period without surfing, and I kind of saw it also as a deload. So a deload is basically when you intentionally will step back a little bit and turn down your level of activity to allow your muscle to rest and your energy to come up, and usually to recover. And I gotta say, I really felt that today when I went surfing. Like, my duck dives were stronger because my muscles were really rested. Like, I haven't used those muscles in a week and a half. My overall power of paddling and surfing, like, all of those felt really good and really strong because I haven't done these movements in quite a bit of time. A big highlight for me this week is definitely my HRV. Like, I haven't had this high of a HRV in the past year, and I think has a lot to do with how I've been recovering and taking care of my sleep, and also just taking this period as a rest. So I'm glad I listened to my coach and followed the training that she gave me, because she was very strategic. She didn't ask me to try to swap all my usual activity and movement from surfing to doing high intensity runs or HIIT intervals or stuff like that. She basically asked me to continue to do the strength training 3 times a week, and then to supplement with 1 zone 2 cardio of 30 minutes and then 1 interval training of about 20 minutes. Compared to like a surfing load week where I can spend an hour to an hour and a half once or twice a day, like 5 days a week, it reduced quite a bit the amount of time that I spend in those higher heart rate zones, which I think in all, my body really appreciated that. So that was a highlight of it. Overall, my sleep was amazing. I have been sleeping literally like a baby. I fall asleep really fast and have been not waking up at night and sleeping really well. And I have to say, I think one of the reasons why is I just got like a body pillow, and I honestly have been wanting to buy one for a really long time, and that is because when I sleep, I tend to have my shoulder collapse and also my knee touch together, and this combined with surfing, which when you're surfing, you're paddling a lot, so you're using your upper body, and it can already naturally get you to have a bad posture. And so to do that, I have been trying to be mindful of my position when I sleep, so that my shoulders are more open and that my neck is also more relaxed. So having a body pillow really helped, and I have been sleeping so well with it. I think one of my biggest challenges was, in a way, not surfing, because that's the thing that I feel like drives my whole routine. It's the reason why I live here. It gives a sense of purpose and meaning to my life. So yeah, that was difficult. But I think another silver lining of this challenge was I realized that unconsciously I'm really tied to performance and always wanting to improve myself, and it's not something that actually serves me. I mean, it brought me to where I am and to get to transform my life in amazing ways, and I'm realizing that it's also okay to maintain and to continue on building on stuff that I already have. Putting on myself the expectation to always improve every part of my life is not actually realistic. Like, I can be proud of what I have and continue to maintain it, and that's good enough. What I would like to focus on for next week. I am really excited because this month we have a mobility challenge. So I think one of the things I'd like to focus on is mobility, and in this light, assessing where I am and what is holding me back in order to progress my surfing and my positioning on the waves. Happy Sunday. I just got my coach's feedback and we're going to watch it together and talk a little bit about what went well and what we're going to be focusing on for next week. And I'm really genuinely excited to be able to share this because I feel like there is so many different lessons that came out from the last week, and that just things that just go beyond surfing.
Hello Charlotte, well done on smashing into week 5 of the program. It seems like we're getting a little bit more surfing in now towards the end of the week, which is a positive, and it will be wonders for our mental health as well to just get back in the ocean and get training and feeling like we're progressing in the water as well as on the land. So I'm happy to hear that. I'm also really happy that we got to have a proper conversation about, you know, what our priorities are for now and how we can now split them up into focusing solely on that body composition just for the next 4 weeks, as we spoke about in that mini cut, and then after the 4 weeks reevaluating and then starting to bring those calories up, what that's going to look like and how we're going to move forward into fueling for training and prioritizing getting you back up to maintenance, getting you back up to feeling good in your training, and then really progressing on the training side of things, getting stronger, getting fitter and getting more explosive as well.
We got a lot of clarity this week with our call together, and since surfing is not like golfing or like tennis, there's no like points attributed to it. It's much more up to interpretation of if you're making improvement. That's why I also had body composition goals, because those allowed me to put a number on where I'm at and where I want to be. Since it's much more finite, it's much more concrete, it's something that we can achieve and then move on.
So as I said before, your training could maybe take a little bit of a backseat for the next couple of weeks, not in terms of what you're doing, but just maybe the quality or the weights that you're using. You might just feel like you don't have that much energy, but again, we're just remembering that we're putting that commitment into the cause for the next 4 weeks to get that body composition goal in and out of that calorie deficit as quickly and sustainably as we can, and then we can move forward with that once we've hit that goal. So that's goal number 1 for now. So let's do it. I do have one resource for you, just because I think this will help. Again, the quality of your food is absolutely unreal as it is already, but just a couple of different little hacks that you might not know, you might already know, but how we can basically use the volume of our foods in favor of keeping us more full or fuller for longer. So
this is so important, and it's something that I have been intentionally doing for years. It's volume eating, and it's such a hack for someone like me who loves food. I love to eat. I love to feel satisfied after my meals. It's really important to be mindful of, the density in our food in terms of energy-wise and calories, but it's also important to understand that higher volume will keep you more satisfied and fuller for longer. I'm also getting more tools on how to become a better athlete in many different ways. So I'm learning how to cut and how to do body recomposition, which is going to be a tool that is going to be useful for the rest of my life. I'm also understanding how to go into a maintenance, and I'm going to understand how to go into a build phase. These are all different approaches, and I think in the past I've been a little bit more into like unstructured maintenance, and I also went into a phase where I was in a long-term deficit, which is detrimental. So I think this is the opportunity for me to really not only learn how to surf better, but to also learn how to be more athletic and how to apply a more strategic approach to the different phases in my life.
But yeah, I can see we did a lot of walking and we did a lot of activity as well in the past week when we didn't get to surf, and I'm happy that we got our sessions in as well with the training, just to keep that ticking over and keep the fitness up. My next thing that I wanted to chat to you about was the hydration strategies. So
something that I requested that we dive into is electrolytes and hydration, and those I think are as important, if not more, than food. So something really important is to get potassium, magnesium, and salt in your water. I do have some electrolyte supplements that I've been using. I'm also such a big fan of doing honey, lime, water and salt mixed together, which is pretty much everything you need in terms of electrolytes in a natural way. I do understand that it's not something that is necessary for someone who, let's say, lives in the north and is more sedentary, but for me, I live in the tropics. I move a lot. I surf almost every day. I sweat a lot just by living in the climate that I do, so it's really important for me to make sure I'm well hydrated and have those electrolytes.
So first thing I want to note is that it has quite a good potassium level and quite a good magnesium level as well. Could be a little bit more on the magnesium, but the benefits of potassium and magnesium are also that you can actually get quite a lot of this from your food. So you might already know this. I don't know if you've researched that before, but you can get a hell of a lot of potassium from many different foods already.
So my needs are very specific to myself compared that to someone that might be living in a different climate, but it's also very specific to the type of diet that I eat. So I'm someone that eats very, very clean, and because of this, my natural sodium intake is relatively low compared to someone who would be in a standard American diet. Don't take this and apply it to, immediately to yourself. Obviously, everything I'm sharing is really more from my experience, my point of view, and based on the climate that I live in and the diet that I naturally eat here. This is going to be really important. What I'm noticing is I'll be wanting to definitely up a little bit my sodium intake, and this is going to help me to not only have longer energy, but also avoid having cramps when I do those longer sessions under the sun in really hot times of the day. I am feeling very happy and grateful for the chance that I have to be intentionally dedicating those next 6 months of my life in becoming a better athlete and a better human in so many different ways, and I'm excited that you get to share this journey with me. Since it is Sunday, we are gonna do some meal prep today. I'm gonna prepare all my food for the upcoming week, and probably also gonna go for a little walk on the beach because the sunshine is finally back and I want to take advantage of it. It's been raining for way too long.
No, si ese día ella sustió sola.